Now, what is CVA? What are the function of CVA? CVA মানে হচ্ছে collective bargaining agent. Collective bargaining agent is a trade union or group of union that officially recognized as the representative of the workers in a workplace or group of workplace. Ultimately, a collective bargaining agent is a trade union or group of union that officially recognized as a representative of the worker in a workplace or group of workplace. The CBA acts on behalf of workers to discuss and negotiate with employers about their right, working condition, and benefit. Ultimately, CBA acts on behalf of workers to discuss and negotiate with employers about their right, working conditions, and benefit. About their right, working conditions, and benefit. About their right, working conditions, and benefit. Rights and responsibilities or functions of a CBA. Rights and responsibilities of CBA অথবা functions of a CBA. Negotiations with employer. First of all, কাজ হচ্ছে negotiations with employer. CBA can bargain with employers about issues like wages, working condition, job security. Wages, working conditions, and job security. Wages, working condition, job security. Then হচ্ছে representation of worker. Representation of worker. CBA represents workers in various legal or organizational proceedings. Voice of workers. Representation of workers. CBA represents workers in various legal or organizational proceedings. Yes, representation of worker. CBA represents workers in various legal or organizational proceedings. Voice of worker. Declaring a strike. If negotiations fail and workers' demands are not met, CBA can issue a notice and organize a legal strike. Declaring a strike. If negotiations fail and worker demands are not met, CBA can issue a notice and organize a legal strike. Legal representation. CBA can take up cases on behalf of individual worker or group of worker, but only if the worker constant. Legal representation. CBA can take up cases on behalf of individual worker or group of worker, but only if the workers consent. CBA can take up cases on behalf of the worker, individual worker or group of worker, but only if the workers consent. Nomination of worker representative. CBA can nominate worker representatives in welfare or provident fund boards. ঠিক আছে? Nomination of worker representatives. CBA can nominate worker representatives in welfare or provident fund boards. কেন CBA টা ইম্পর্টেন্ট সেটা হচ্ছে serves as a voice of worker. দেন হচ্ছে ensuring concerns and rights in lawful manner. দেন হচ্ছে helps maintain a balance of power between employer and employees. Helps to maintain a balance of power between employer and employees. এখন আমরা যেটা দেখবো সেটা হচ্ছে কেন স্ট্রাইক এবং লক আউট বিকাম ইলিগাল। বোথ স্ট্রাইক অ্যান্ড লক আউট বিকাম ইলিগাল যখন when they fail to comply with legal notice. Then they occur during active settlement processes. Means industrial dispute is under judicial proceedings. They occur during active settlement proceedings. তারপর when they violate existing labor law agreements or code directives. ঠিক আছে? যখন হচ্ছে they violate existing labor law agreements or আরেকটা ব্যাপার যেটা সেটা হচ্ছে code directives. Existing labor law agreements, code directive. Existing labor law agreement আর হচ্ছে code directives. তারপর হচ্ছে they involve essential services without appropriate authorization. Occur when they involve essential services without appropriate authorization. 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 Now, they call for political or unauthorized purposes. They involve essential services without appropriate authorization. They involve ঠিক আছে, they involve essential services without appropriate authorization, they call for political or unwanted purpose. পাঁচটা কারণে মূলত ইলিগাল হতে পারে: they fail to comply with legal notices, they occur during active settlement processes, miss industrial disrupt is under judicial proceedings, তারপর হচ্ছে they violate existing level law agreements and court directives, they involve essential services without appropriate authorization, they involve essential services without appropriate authorization, তারপর হচ্ছে যে they call for political or unauthorized purpose. When they call for political or unauthorized purpose. Describe the characteristics of law. ল এর ক্যারেক্টারিস্টিক্সগুলো যদি একটু ব্যাখ্যা করি, সেটা হচ্ছে চারটা ক্যারেক্টারিস্টিক্স পাইছি আমার ল এর। এটা হচ্ছে সিস্টেমেটিক অ্যান্ড অর্গানাইজড, এটা হচ্ছে একটা সেট অফ রুলস। সিস্টেমেটিক অ্যান্ড অর্গানাইজড এটা হচ্ছে একটা সেট অফ রুলস। দেন হচ্ছে এনফোর্সেবল, কার মাধ্যমে? বাই অথরিটি। দেন হচ্ছে রেগুলেটরি, ডিজাইন টু গভর্ন বিহেভিয়ার অ্যান্ড রেগুলেটরি ইন সোসাইটি, ডিজাইন টু গভর্ন বিহেভিয়ার অ্যান্ড রেগুলেটরি ইন সোসাইটি। দেন হচ্ছে ডাইনামিক নেচার, adapts to societal changes and needs, societal changes and needs. Universal application আছে আরেকটা ক্যারেক্টারিস্টিক, সেটা হচ্ছে applies to all individuals or entities, Principles of labor law. Labor law এর কিছু প্রিন্সিপাল আছে, সেটা ফার্স্ট অফ অল হচ্ছে fair wages must be paid fairly and on time. Fair wages must be paid fairly and on time. Fair wages. Then হচ্ছে equal opportunity, no discrimination in jobs. And then হচ্ছে safe condition, workplaces must be safe and healthy. Workplaces must be safe and healthy. কি দেখছি? Fair wages must be paid fairly and on time. Equal opportunity, no discrimination in jobs. Then হচ্ছে safe conditions, workplaces must be safe and healthy. Then হচ্ছে union rights, worker can join unions, ঠিক আছে? Worker can join unions, ঠিক আছে? Union right মানে হচ্ছে worker can join union. Then হচ্ছে collective bargaining, worker can negotiate better pay and conditions together. Collective bargaining, worker can negotiate better pay and conditions together. Then হচ্ছে no child labor, এগুলো প্রিন্সিপালের মধ্যে পড়তেছে লেবার ল এর। প্রোটেক্ট করে চিলড্রেন ফ্রম হার্মফুল ওয়ার্ক, এটা কি? সেটা হচ্ছে নো চাইল্ড লেবার, প্রোটেক্ট করে চিলড্রেন ফ্রম হার্মফুল ওয়ার্ক। সোশ্যাল সিকিউরিটি, benefits like health care for worker. Then হচ্ছে job protection, fair treatment during dismissal. এখন কিছু স্কোপ অফ ইন্ডাস্ট্রিয়াল ল ইন বাংলাদেশ। Industrial law in Bangladesh governs the relationship between employers, workers, trade unions, ensuring fair treatment and resolving disputes in industrial sector. Its scope includes, ঠিক আছে? আলটিমেটলি কি দেখতেছি দেখো, ইন্ডাস্ট্রিয়াল ল ইন বাংলাদেশ governs the relationship between employers, workers, trade union, ensuring fair treatment and resolving disputes in industrial sector. Its scope includes employment rules, কি scope আছে? Its scope includes employment rules, then হচ্ছে fair wages, safety at work, then হচ্ছে union right, then হচ্ছে protection for women and children, then হচ্ছে social security. Industrial law in Bangladesh governs the relationship between employers, workers, trade unions, ensuring fair treatment and resolving disputes in industrial sector. Governs the relationship between the employers, workers, and trade unions, ensuring fair treatment and resolving disputes in industrial sector. Its scope includes employment right, fair wages, safety at work, union right. Employment right, fair wages, safety at work, union right, protection for women and children, social security.